Up. The slant back with the hold up. Bang! Should we put this out this in the stratosphere? So this shit is about to be all about bombs. This is about awesomeness.
Okay.
My channel.
We're live, right?
We're very live.
It's a trip because
This is about awesomeness.
Ooh. YouTube didn't give me any notification.
YouTube didn't?
Nah, YouTube's a piece of.
YouTube is garbage for real.
And I know I'm signed up for notifications.
Man.
How am I? See, yeah, I'm signed up for notifications, so we might as well wait a while because I'm sure people aren't getting the notifications.
Well, I'm about to post it.
Okay. Ooh, let me sit upright. Let me see. Move, Daisy. Move, little girl.
You turn your thing down, huh?
Nicole first. What's up, Nicole?
Hey, what up, Nicole?
There goes Shanta. Hey, happy Friday.
TGIF.
Hi, Carolyn.
Carolyn, what's up? Let me go over here.
Mm-hmm. You posting it everywhere, babe?
Yeah, I thought I did.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
I'll do the last one on
There's 6 people in the live.
Twitter.
Hey, D Holla. Okay. Aww.
All right. I'll talk this same ish if ain't nobody hurt. I don't even care. Shit.
Hey, Josie.
Y'all know how I do. I'm all about my Benny.
Wait, Nicole, are you getting Jello or Daisy? Talking about Daisy.
I don't care, man. We got 2 minutes, man, and it's going live. I'm about to talk my. I got some things to say. Welcome back if you are a subscriber. If you have not yet subscribed and you're tuning into the channel, I want to say this is sponsored by a few networks. One that's going to be calling in later on that does my CBD pets, my all the stuff I got going on with a brand sponsor. Right now, this is sponsored by the Bling Empire. If you know Miss Rita and you know about Bling Empire, show up, show out, show up.
It's Epic Bling.
Epic Bling.
No Empire.
No Empire. Sorry about that. Number 2 is Sans Locks and Key. If you like the pieces I got on, little jade, little, you know what I mean, how I do everything. So, if you like the vibe, you need to check out Sand Lock and Keys. She's hitting on every cylinder. I got 31 people in here and not one like yet. I'm really searching for it.
No, you got 15 likes.
I got 15 likes. Shout out. Woo!
I can't.
Like I said, I'm about to go straight ham here. 1 more minute.
It's 7 o'clock right now, so 7:01.
7:01. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go. She thought I didn't know. I'm gonna go hard.
No, I'm looking at you, not like you don't know you's taking my shine.
Oh, I was? Oh! Man, it's been a long time since I had the most sexiest co-host in the world right next to me.
Daisy.
So, Daisy's in the game. And you know what else? We got a cameo appearance by Miss April Beebe with the wop with the twist. Y'all see a little her did. She got a little rouge on. She doing her thing.
Appearance fee.
First of all, I want to shout out a few folk. Shout out Financial Fridays. Shout out my girl Deborah. Lift her up in prayer, man. She's going through it. She's in the hospital.
Hi, Linda.
And I really wish you all would lift her up in prayer. I'm gonna do something different tonight. I'm letting y'all know right now. So I need some thumbs up if you like something different. I know a lot of people talk about this, but I don't ever talk about this. I got people inside of Iraq.
Hey Bill, hey Paul, hey James,
I got people inside of Iraq
hey Carlos.
that are truly doing things that are memorable. One of them guards nothing but dignitaries. The other one works inside the embassy, and I talk to them every day. I want to read to you what they sent to me at the end of this podcast. So if you want to make sure that you stay tuned, make sure you stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to read you their thoughts and beliefs of what's going on inside of the sandbox without revealing names. No, I'm not revealing names. If you really want to know who they are, you need to join the Noble Institution. And really, I'm not even going to tell you their names, but I'm just going to tell you this dude is 100% spot on. From not messing with and worrying about the PM to the dignitaries being there to everything that's happening. The dude gives solid information. I'm giving him all of my shout outs right now because I'm going to give you information that comes straight out of Iraq at the end of this podcast. Not the beginning, at the end. I'm going to read the news. I'm going to give you my opinions. I'm going to read it at the end. Exactly what he said, and he is there. And if you're on the Noble Institution on our Facebook, I've actually posted stuff that he's given to me to post to you that's on Facebook because I don't even follow all the things that they do.
Sammy G said the CBI building will be finished next month.
Man, and if you saw my comment on Facebook on that, I'm not trying to just reference everything I do online, but I will tell you this. I saw that building. It was absolutely gorgeous. Man, that's a really impressive building. Tallest building inside of Iraq, I believe, or Baghdad, and it is gorgeous. It's nothing but steel and cement. I mean, it's absolutely freaking gorgeous. Where are we at? Okay, we're 7:03. We're late. So y'all, I'm going naked. You know how I do. I got to go straight to the news. Security expert confirmed on Monday that the results of the investigation into the incident targeting the Prime Minister's house, which not be announced to public opinion, accusing the influential international party behind an alleged attempting market. I have been told specifically that it is basically 2% of the people that are protesting right now are in favor of Iran taking back over the regime and doing what they've done and not having anything done because these people have been paid off by Iran. And I absolutely believe that because you don't really read in mainstream North American media about protesters inside of Iran. You just don't see it. So that leads to tell me this person's telling the truth. He also told me that, or they also told me that, not a he or she, I don't want to use a pronoun, but they also told me that, you really got to not pay attention to stuff that's coming out of the U.S., but watch this stuff that they're not putting out of the U.S., but we're putting out about them. He said that the process targeting the House was behind an influential international party, which is Iran, because the operations was carried out according to a modern plan and technology. The only persons inside of that region that have the ability to pull off such a stunt is Iran, because it was all done with drones. I do like to talk about the remaining compensation for Iraq because it gives prudence and precedence to what's about to happen. And April and I have very seriously in the last, I would say probably 48 hours, seriously, we've always talked about a real strategic plan about what we want to do, changing it out, and this blah, blah, blah. I would say within the last 50 hours or 48 hours that we've actually sat down and said, this is concrete for sure. And it's not I'm hyping you up. If you're getting hyped up by the information that I'm giving you right now, then you're susceptible to be hyped up by anything, including stuff that has nothing to do with this. So please be astute, be steadfast, be ready for the information and receive it and understand what I'm saying, because I'm just reporting the news of what somebody else tells me based on someone's their, what do you call that? Their assessment of what's going on inside of the country based upon the news or based upon sitting in a courtroom or something like that. The financial advisor of the Prime Minister confirmed on Monday that the remaining compensation of $600 million indicate that Saleh said in an interview. Now, this is important. Let me get the bombs ready. The rest of Kuwait compensation is more than $500 million, up to $600 million. noting that the compensations are deducted from the oil and an amount of 3% of the value exported per barrel per year. Now, I'm saying all this to tell you this. I think it's paid off, but listen, the file of compensation will be closed as soon as within the limits of the first chapter of the next year, which is chapter 1, verse 1 of 2022. The completion of these compensations will close any trace and the belongings of chapter 7 imposed by the Security Council from the United Nations 30 years ago due to the war in Iraq. I could stop right here, and if you listening, and I heard this dude tell me, "Oh man, this is basic information." Let me tell you this: I never judge the intelligence of the listener. I speak in terms that if you get me, you get me, and if you don't get me, you don't get me. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this: when this man says this right here, the completion of the compensation will bring Iraq some money. However, the completion of these compensations will close any trace and belongings of Chapter 7 imposed by the Security Council of the United Nations on Iraq 30 years ago due to the war of Kuwait, which brings you to full Chapter 8 without a rate. And you know what? You can sit there and say, now I'm angry. I'm pissed. You never told me what the real value of the Iraqi Dinar is. If it floats, you never got to worry about that. Huh? Yeah, please. I got a little raspy, yeah. Can I talk about my business real quick? Can I preach? Can I tell these people?
Church.
How many likes we got?
We got a lot.
A lot? A lot?
42. Our ratio is pretty good. It's 54 people.
Any person that ever questions from here on out, whether you're in chapter 7, chapter 6, chapter 5, chapter 4, via compliance, via anything else, you look at them and tell them, Barah Saleh said as soon as we pay off Kuwait, that's for Daisy. Daisy gets it.
When you say it's chapter, not article?
Chapter. When you're talking about the UN Security Council, you're talking about chapters and not articles.
You smart.
Very smart, huh? Now, if we're in chapter 7 and we're about to cross over into chapter 8, you all have to sit back and say to yourselves, you've got a lot to talk about. Amongst yourselves, not amongst us. Your plan, your information, what you're going to do. I'm going to leave it at that. Remember who I told you guys is behind the attack on Barah Saleh? The pro-Iranian militia in Iraq failed their assassination against the Prime Minister Kahimi. Lost all chances of being accepted as part of the next government. It remained at the head of the government that the chances of bargaining with the states no longer had a chance because they are accused of the attack against the PM. The political circles said that Iraq is awaiting the success of the assassination of the Prime Minister. However, the Prime Minister, despite the fact that some of them made public threats to him to kill him, were shocked by the failure of their attempt and denounced it, as did Iran. So I'm going to give you guys a tip. The citizens gave you an idea that they knew what was going on. And then they told you on the back end of it, and they said, you know what? And even Iran did exactly what the citizens did. So you got to think, why would a whole country piggyback on the citizens of a country that you're basically fighting against? Because you shouldn't have any reason to speak on their culture, their politics, or anything that's going on, especially an assassination. The guilty will lead themselves to the forefront so they can be prosecuted. Kazemi has tried to appease the popular mobilization militia and refrain from confronting them on their violations. However, beyond verbal calls to impose respect to this sovereign state, they participated in the utmost recent military parade in Dala. But he did not pay them the tribute for his life, and therefore he survives. You got to realize something that's going on inside of Iraq, and I told you guys this a week ago. Do not pay attention to the political system surrounding the PM because it's all washed around crap. There were only 2% of the protesters that were actually protesting the elections, and guess what? They were all Iranian backed, thus leading to some change of something that's not going to happen. They were threatened, just like the Hezbollah stormed the embassy inside of the other country. So goes the protesters. And I'm not saying that any loss of life is acceptable. However, what I'm saying was they must have done something that they did not report to escalate the violence to what it did. Can I get some likes?
Oh, you got them. You got some likes.
The security ruled out any possibility of confrontation between the government, security forces, and militia. And they stressed the readiness for any emergency. The list includes the largest Shiite militia headed by Amiri, supported by the leader of the state of Nur al-Maliki. Man, do I need to say that one more time for the people that are not really paying attention?
Yeah, help me understand.
Al-Fatah, the list, which includes the largest Shiite militias, headed by Hadi al-Amiri, supported by the leader of the state of Nur al-Maliki, the enemies of the state. Maliki and Amiri and senior militias devised a plan to marginalize the new government by any means necessary at the political end, stressing that they are ready to face of any situation that does not perceive their influence of the government next. In non-Arabish, what that means is if I don't get the way I want, I'm going to take my ball and go home. But before I do it, I'm going to blow up this whole basketball court. Not shoot somebody like a drive-by. I'm going to blow up the whole basketball court because I'm going to let you really know that, you know what, I'm really pissed off about what happened. Right after that happened, Qatar signs a member of understanding for legal cooperation. Remember this, and I'm going to tell you this now, and probably nobody else is going to tell you. Qatar is a major player inside of Iraq. There are basically 11 countries that are inside of Iraq that are not USA based, that are the main players right now that you want to see inside of Iraq to make the things happen that are happening that you see in the news every day. You can doubt me on this and we can quote whatever we want, but I'm telling you, I know somebody, two people inside of that box that I talked to, one inside of the embassy and one inside of personal detail security, and I talk to them daily, and guess what? They both said the same thing. When they were sitting in front of the television, I'm going to read what they said to you when I tell you about the television. They're sitting in front of the television, and they told them this. About what I'm going to read to you. You're going to think online. But I'm telling you, this was dictated live. I was on the phone listening to the translator translate it. And you can call me a liar. You can say I'm anything. I'm a fat bastard, whatever. I don't give a what. Cuff. Man, look at these. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to really be honest with you right now. What you laughing? What you laughing for?
Because you're like, I'm trying to tell you.
Because I can't get you more excited for something. You dead if you don't realize what I'm about to tell you. Dead. Inside you don't work properly. You know what I'm saying? Like inside, your insides are messed up. You don't have a heart or a soul or nothing. If you're in this investment like I am, you eat, drink, breathe this stuff. You've been waiting to take over to do your businesses, whatever. This is where you want to be right now. Sign a memorandum of understanding for the cooperation of the legal fields inside of Iraq. Now, why would Qatar send in the legal fields inside of Iraq? The agreement was signed by His Excellency. His Excellency. I can't say Excellency.
Huh?
Excellency. Sorry. Yeah.
Excellency.
To strengthen the bond of cooperation between the two countries in the field, in the legal field, and exchange experience, expertise, legal issues, combat support, especially exchange practices and experiences. Exchange practices and experiences. The agreement establishes joint cooperation and the exchange experience regarding the types of legal actions on real estate resignation, documentation of criminal companies, contracts in both countries. What do the feds go after when they go after a drug dealer in the United States? Their property and their assets. During the meeting, it was a way to enhance cooperation between the two states. We all know that there are various judicial fields that were reviewed. However, in addition to discussing mechanisms to implement the legal memorandum of understanding between the two countries, a number of issues and arrests followed. Can I get right to the good stuff?
Get to the good part.
What about the truth about the change in the Iraqi dinar exchange? Users of the social network, especially in Iraq, circulated what they claimed was a statement by an Iraqi minister saying the exchange rate of the dollar against the dinar would be $12.50. However, the minister did not make similar statements and about the exchange rate in the same article. It was stated that circulating the publications, the Minister of Finance, now this is the bomb, it was approved to change the exchange rate to 1,200, it wasn't 1,200. Ms. Beebe, can you read that number right there? That number right there?
125, that one right there?
Yeah, it's Minister of Finance. It was approved to exchange the rate of dollars to what?
125 Iraqi dinars. Starting from today's date, November 3rd, 2021.
And read the next line.
In late 2020, the Iraqi government raised the dollar exchange rate by more than 20% following the economic crisis after the drop in global oil prices.
Keep going. At the time, the central bank
of Iraq set the new exchange rate for the national currency, bringing the dollar to 1450 dinars compared to 1190 dinars before the decision, the first in half a decade.
Okay, I had her read that because I didn't want someone to think I lie when I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make it off the cuff. I actually really do this. Someone sent something up there. Are you watching the screen?
I'm about to go to it now. Oh, Heavy Metal Chef sent you $10.
Thank you, Heavy Metal Chef. Shout out to Heavy Metal. Is there a new change? However, the official exchange rate has not been changed since the, according AFP journalist in Baghdad, no official decision statement was issued in regards. As to the statements attributed by the finance minister, they have no effect on the reliable official or the news website. I wrote this in here. So I translated said article, and it actually did say 125 dinars, thus relinquishing 10 from the rate going back to 1250, and they did not change or enunciate what they were doing when they said 1,250. I mean, they put 125 and they put 1,250. If they meant 1,250, not a typo. And hey, I'm about to read you something. If you don't like it and you give me hate mail, I don't care. I don't even care no more. I'm just reading what I'm getting from out of the box that I wrote down as I'm talking to him on a Zoom. He said, "Good morning, bro. Hearing things on the news over here about the study to drop the zeros is complete. And they are ready for the next steps. Step 1, the e-dinar. For the cards that will be able to withdraw from the ATM machines to reach a standard of reserves in the non-oil assets, they have announced this in the form of gold with 100 ton-ons through reform in the existing currency, which means the new lower notes for the people for purchasing power. This along with the showing that the rate of the dinar during the 1940s and 60s and 70s with the different rates of the time, explaining how they now can jumpstart their return to their former glory days. I do believe that just about to come full circle. They're fully coming out of chapter 7 and ready to go into chapter 8. only thing stopping them is the final step with the payment to Kuwait.
Sammy D said he about to pee himself because of the news.
Man, I quit right here. I could really quit right here, and I'd be the GOAT. I'd be the GOAT. And he says it here later on. If they really know somebody that's there, they can really tell you all this that you're telling them right now. And he's there, and he's listening and recording this. And the only reason I can't give his name and their names, because one's in the embassy and one's guarding detail. Because of an NDA. I will tell you something about NDAs that to me strikes me as totally astounding. Do you know the NDA didn't stop them for actually buying inside of the Iraqi economy? However, it does prohibit them from buying the Iraqi dinar directly. I have said to you firsthand of the things that I've sat in to help with my interpreter. Most of what is said, and this was all of the articles that were read by the CBI governor, Mustafa, and no one else on TV. And they have been running them on Iraqi news for the people and the money that will go to the Kurdish region when they settle Article 140. They are getting their fair share. And as little tidbit, they announced that they have more oil in the ground accompanying to the Northwest region that they do in the oil reservoir digging now. He said, look out for these companies, and he names them specifically. Number one, if you're writing this down, it's called Luke Oil. Luke Oil is going to expand with Chevron. Chevron's a part of Dutch Royal Chevron, which is Aramco. Whereas the Royal Dutch Shell, their billions will go tapped into the oil field, the oil minister.
I like that.
All of Iraqis will share in their future about this, and it is happening for you guys. I say the first part of the second quarter, he says the first part of the second quarter or the end of the first quarter.
You said that's called Luke Oil?
Luke Oil is what he announced. And he said the Iraqi Independent Alliance, the three candidates, we can now confirm right here on a channel, huh?
Is that it?
It might be it. I don't know. He didn't spell it like that.
Okay. They're a Russian multinational energy corporation, headquarters in Moscow.
It very well might be. He said they're being sworn in as we speak. So part of the parliament is actually sworn in. He said, now this was on today because there's really truly not a show right now. It's all behind the scenes information. The station that shows the event brought you here as a novice. Oh no, he says it like this. He says, oh, is there a broadcast today? Because that is truly what I want to tell people. He said it's not behind the scenes or any information on this event. And that Brando has brought you as a novice, along with many others who have fallen off along the way. However, he said, Brando, my friend, you have excelled in education of the situation and have built valid assumptions pertaining to your investment in both the currency and, more importantly, investing in Iraq's future, hence the stock exchange. He said, I salute you, because I do not see many other sites or remotely using Facebook to communicate with my overseas numbers to talk to people through numerous VPNs, hence phone numerats, complicated due to the secret communication with you and my family. I really don't know how to end this or begin it. I need to call these people because I told them to call me. They never did.
Somebody said, I bet by the end of the month we have a government there just secretly doing it. Saw those I believe 15 MPSs getting
Yeah,
sworn in.
it very well could be.
Hello,
Hey, who's this?
this is Derek Fox.
Derek! Derek, are you the one that sponsors all my stuff?
Yes, we are.
So you're the machine behind the man. Can you tell the people who Derek Fox is? Because I know Derek Fox. Baby, you know the CBDs for the dog, all that stuff, the pet
Okay.
food. This is them. What are y'all up to?
Well, so I'm sitting here with Mike Brando. He's the founder. Why doesn't he just give a little intro?
Please, Mike, can you tell everybody what we're about? This is the bomb of all bombs for all you business people out there. Mike, what's going on?
How you doing, Brando?
Man,
I've been a dinar holder since 2010. First off, uh, secondly, me and Derek own a few businesses, and one of them happens to be credit card processing for merchants.
really?
Yes.
No, I own a website, right? And I do credit card processing through Stripe. Why is it better to go through your process than the process I'm going through now? And this is for any small business out there that really, is going through
Well,
these type of things. I'm trying to grow, so why going through you is better than going through something like Stripe or Square or something like that?
we're a family-owned business. We've been in business for 17 years,
Uh-huh.
and we everybody gets the same price from Visa and MasterCard banks. So we work on a thin margin. We're a family-owned business, so we don't have hundreds of employees, and we work on a slimmer margin. Save the merchant money. It seems like that's the last thing that merchants look at to improve their bottom line.
That's awesome, man. Hey, I can we continue this conversation on the next Zoom? I'm about to wrap up with these folks. Did you have a question?
You want to get their website?
Yeah, do you guys have a website or a web address, or do you want to give Derek's number out real quick in case someone wants to call him that may be a merchant out there that's trying to save some money and do some good for their business?
Yes, www.platinumsolutions.com.
Man, so if you call www.platinumsolutions.com,
Solutions.com.
then you will get the answer to your needs that will help your business grow exponentially, right?
That's right.
Look? I'm about to wrap up. I'm dropping all these bombs on these folks. Their minds are scrambled. You got about 250 people on here. This is just a live. Can I hit y'all back when I'm done? Because I want to talk about my account. Because y'all saved me a bunch of money last month, and I really want to holler at you guys and say thank you.
You got it.
Man, all right, man, we're going to hit you back. They'll be back on for any of my merchants out there. I thank you guys for calling from
Solutions.
www.platinumsolutions.com. Shameless
You can
plug.
call,
Or you can call.
call 816
Uh-huh.
665 7362.
Man, hit up my boy. He's good. He going to get your business straight. And for all you folks that are about to be up and coming in this life, you're really about to see a change coming really quickly. I'm going to hang up with you boys right here, but I'm going to say goodnight to my folks and we're going to talk later, okay?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Bet, man. Hey, I'm going to holler back at you because my dog needs some more CBDs, okay?
You got it. You got it.
Man, if you guys got pet needs, you got a dog, cat, horse, whatever, these guys not only do the most premium pet products, but they do CBDs for all your pet needs. And Daisy loves them. She eats them all the time. It keeps her calmer. Her joints are healthier. I can't stress to you guys the just the importance of that in her life and her diet. And thank you guys. I'm gonna call y'all back, okay?
100%. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all. We gonna talk.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.
Man, I'm here to tell y'all.
Oh my gosh, Daisy.
She needs another CBD. That's what she needs. Hey, stop.
Silencio.
Okay? They know you like their products. They know that. You talk to them all the time. Okay? Shameless plug. But real talk, 150 people on here right now. We got a few check out. Join the Noble Institution. I'm telling you why. If you got less than 50 million dinar and you're trying to rebuild your money, not even 50. If you got less than 10 million dinar and you're trying to rebuild your money yearly, you should join the Noble Institution because on November 20th, we as a company, we've already invested almost $89,000 amongst our group into the stock exchange. We have a billion of dollar worth of stock. If you really want to join it and exchange your currency once, then you should join the Noble Institution before we close out November 20th and take care of not just your future, your family's future, your grandchildren's future. So if you're truly interested in taking that next step and then making something happen for yourselves, I really encourage you to join the Noble Institution. Shout out to Megan. Shout out to Deb. Shout out to Miss BB. Shout out to Daisy for playing ball and being such a good girl and eating her snacks. Shout out to Sands Lock and Key. If you like the Jewels, you know what it is. I love you guys, man. Have a beautiful weekend. I'm going to say goodnight. And you know what? I want y'all to be safe this weekend and really love each other, support each other, and get yourselves ready. Think about your future.